The parking people. Under this claim, EFAFLEX is well known in the industry. The list of challenges for a parking door is as long as it is varied. Protection against burglary and vandalism, limited space, thermal insulation. EFAFLEX, the parking people, always offers the right solution. My colleague Klaus Mannlich meets today a long-time insider, a real specialist for parking solutions, Alexander Fuchs.
Thank you, Rebecca. Hello, I'm Klaus Mannlich from the EFAFLEX Sales Academy, and as Rebecca already announced, I have brought support with me today, Mr. Alexander Fuchs. Hello, Alex.
Hello, Klaus. Many thanks for your invitation today.
You are welcome. Alex is our industry expert on parking and parking solutions, and today he will give us some insights into the special requirements of parking garages and car parks. Due to the steadily increasing urbanization, more and more rural space is being lost and so-called urban cities are emerging. Of course, this is accompanied by an enormous increase in private transport. This in turn means that more parking space is needed. This development poses challenges for cities and municipalities, but also for everyone else who is working on infrastructure. Many cities therefore rely on multi-story car parks, parking lots, park and ride areas, city parking options, or central transport hubs. This creates accommodation options for the vehicles, but it also brings other important tasks and challenges. How do you see that, Alex? What are the challenges the industry needs to address?
In the first instance, I definitely see the issue of security. In recent years, we've been increasingly confronted with complex security requirements. Public safety must be assured. It's about separating public and private space, providing protection against burglary and vandalism. Think of graffiti in the underground car park or cars that are vandalised or broken into. These safety aspects are often neglected in the planning process or even taken into account too late.
I think that in addition to the safety aspects, functional and aesthetical aspects clearly also play a role in parking applications.
Of course, in parking applications, design is a very important aspect. These are not just purely commercial or industrial buildings, but also buildings that are intended to meet certain architectural and aesthetic requirements. For these buildings to be attractive to customers, the entrance of the car park must also be inviting. Not only the visual integration needs to match, the function and its capability is also an essential component. And of course, doors are not operated independently. They're always connected to other components. The functional integration, for example, linking into building management systems, it's essential for smooth operating process. Of course, smart building is the big topic that drives the industry.
You are talking about smart buildings. The aim of smart buildings is to offer a high level of comfort with the help of networking, remote control and intelligent automation, but above all to increase efficiency. And that brings us to the point of economy.
Yes. In times of heavily rising energy costs, profitability is of course a topic that moves every industry.
The central themes of the parking industry would therefore be security, design and function, and economic efficiency. Let's take a closer look at the topic of security. I think the entrances and exits to parking facilities pose a particular security risk in this context.
Absolutely, since they're often left unattended. This gives unauthorised people the opportunity to sneak into a car park unnoticed. In a customer survey of over 1,000 car park users, 2/3 of those questions said they would feel safer if a car park was closed with a high-speed door instead of a barrier. The study also showed that efficient access restriction using high-speed doors alongside video surveillance and security staff can be an important component in security concepts for car parks.
Yes, you are right, Alex. Our high-speed spiral doors open at up to 4 meters per second and close at a speed of up to 1 meter immediately after the vehicle has driven through. This makes EFAFLEX doors the absolute front runner in terms of cycle times. That means the times in which the door is not closed. The fast automatic opening and closing function prevents unauthorized persons or vehicles from gaining access to the parking facility in the few seconds in which the door is open for the approved vehicle to pass.
That's right, and the speed of operation of the doors doesn't just increase security, it also increases the cleanliness in the car parks. Because leaves, waste paper and rubbish, for example, have little chance of being blown in through the door. In this context, our customers report significantly lower cleaning costs. As the car park spaces don't have to be cleaned as often, the operator therefore benefits on personnel costs. And with greater cleanliness, the multi-storey car park is significantly more attractive, and it's reflected in increasing use of the facility.
The aesthetics of the door is certainly also responsible for the attractivity of a car park. The design of the gate, an appearance that blends harmoniously into the overall appearance of the facade, certainly has a major impact on the attractivity of the car park entrance.
As I already mentioned, it's often now not the case that these are purely industrial or commercial buildings. Today, parking facilities are not purely functional, but ideally intended also to create a feeling of security. An inviting, friendly look creates comfort, trust, and certainly reduces the fear of entering the place.
When it comes to design, we have a wide range of options for customizing a door. We have brought a few examples here. In addition to different dimensions, materials and colors, combined designs are also possible depending on the place of use. The optics can be varied fundamentally by using window panels or ventilation laths. Almost all RAL colors are available for the design of the door leaves, so that the door color can be matching the facade. And also matching the door for the vehicles, we can offer a pedestrian door in the same design.
Sometimes the installation situation itself can be a challenge, with larger average openings that are often required, and they can be quite difficult to implement architecturally. Even with large doors, the space for the door itself is restricted. Optimizing the use of the available space here is a basic requirement.
Well, we have the opportunity to select the right door leaf guide according to the lintel height. If there is enough lintel space, the spiral can be used as we see it here in the background. This is the best solution regarding smooth running performance. If the lintel space is limited, we can use an oval spiral as an alternative, or even the so-called low lintel version if space is very tight.
Sure, but we're always able to find a solution. When doors are positioned directly in a curve or on a sloping entry or exit point, it can make installation situations a little trickier, as you can see on this example. A narrow building entrance can sometimes pose a problem. For example, water must be prevented from entering the building when it rains. So it's particularly important here that measurements are taken on site very precisely, so there will be no problems later, either during installation or in use.
Let's now take a look at the topic of integration. I mean the integration of the door systems into an overall system. What are the requirements here?
If we take a look at a typical situation in a parking garage, we'll find a link to an access control system, perhaps a card reader or number plate recognition. There may also be a barrier and possibly some remote controls which are carried in cars. With today's modern systems, the whole process is usually integrated using a dedicated parking software system. It coordinates all the functionality, and this is often linked to the building management system or fire alarm.
These features are essential for public institutions such as authorities or banks, but also for shopping centers, since the parking system doors with their automatic access control often form an elementary part of the security concept.
Parking system doors often become integrated into the escape route concept for fire and disaster protection. And what you shouldn't forget in this context is the quick and convenient manual release opening in the event of power failure or electrical fault on the door.
Emergency opening is particularly convenient with EFAFLEX spiral doors. All of our spiral doors have a lever at the side frame as a standard. Using a pre-tensioned spring system, the door can be opened within seconds so high that people or vehicles can exit the building safely.
And concerning connectivity, we're also perfectly positioned with our control system, the EFAFLEX. As standard, the modern controllers offer potential free input and outputs, providing interface for signal exchange. There's also the possibility of using the bus system, such as CAN bus or Profinet, at any time.
And furthermore, with the additional module EFA Smart Connect, EFAFLEX offers an IoT solution for network doors which enables central monitoring with the associated app or the desktop version. So we have already taken a big step forward towards smart building. The status of all doors is clearly displayed in real time. According to the principle diagnosis, service, maintenance, faults can be prevented in good time and maintenance can also be planned in advance. This minimizes downtimes and lowers operating costs.
Absolutely right, Klaus. Even in the event of a fault, EFA Smart Connect works extremely efficiently, with error messages sent directly to EFAFLEX service via the system. Thanks to very quick transmission times, communication with EFAFLEX service technicians really is just a click away. It accelerates the process and reduces downtime due to faults or maintenance work.
And with that, we have now actually touched on the point of economy.
Exactly. The profitability of a door system is not only determined by the upfront investment cost, but also by its service life, its performance, the system availability, and last but not least, the maintenance costs.
Of course, this not only applies to door systems, but generally to the profitability of every technical investment.
On the subject of performance, I'd like to give an example. The Munt Garage in Almere in the Netherlands offers space for around 300 vehicles and is in operation around the clock. Car parks of this size reach up to 600,000 operating cycles per year. To put it into perspective, that's an average of around 1,700 opening cycles per day. For conventional garage doors, an average of 5 operating cycles a day is calculated. So with such high frequency, normal sectional type doors are of course completely overworked and would have to be replaced too often. EFAFLEX doors, on the other hand, are designed for several 100,000 openings or operating cycles per year, with a service life of at least 10 years. No other door can match that performance.
The durability of the performance characteristics was certified by IFT Rosenheim on a door with over 1 million opening cycles.
By the way, the same institute also published a comprehensive sustainable product pass for our door products. The product pass has been created on the basis of the applicable standards, and it highlights all relevant points according to current certification systems. That means according to the BNB, the German evaluation system for sustainable buildings, as well as according to the internationally accepted systems LEED and BREEAM. By this, we provide planners and architects with extensive verified information for their building certification.
I think you have seen that EFAFLEX really has extensive experiences in the field of parking and has the expertise to be a competent partner for all applications in the parking area, to provide customers with advice and support, and above all, with working solutions. I would like to thank our today's guest, Mr. Alex Fuchs. Our industry expert was able to give us some very helpful insights. Thanks for watching. So back to Rebecca.
Thank you for joining us at the EFAFLEX Sales Academy. I hope you will be with us next time again when it comes to more information around high-speed doors. And don't forget, follow us on Facebook and LinkedIn.